Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is 1's, and today we'll be talking about how to make money from your art or with your art. So I know that you've been hoping and praying for opportunities to come where you'll be able to exhibit your work in a gallery, and you've waited and waited and waited and it's not coming. All the money you've put everything, you've invested everything into creating the works that you have on ground, and right now you're low on cash and you might not know what to do next. There are one or two ways you can make money from your art while you're waiting for an opportunity to present itself, or that, when I say opportunity, I mean a gallery reaching out or you writing to a gallery to be represented by that gallery. So while you're waiting, there are ways in which you can actually make money from art. I know a lot of people have said that it's okay for an artist to own a shop, like an online shop, maybe on Etsy or something. I don't know what it's called. I've never tried it, but have something like that. And then maybe if you're probably a pencil artist, maybe that will work well for you. But as an artist who paints and okay, so let me not put it that way. No offense to the pencil artist. I'm also a pencil artist, and I also paint as well. Yeah, I've swum in both rivers and I know what it feels like. So like I was saying, having like an online platform or an online shop where you sell your work online to people, for me, I won't really advise that, especially if you want to become a professional artist. It doesn't present you as a professional artist. It makes it look like your work don't sell and might make you look like a desperate artist, because it's while waiting and out of desperation you want to make money, you start jumping on some of these opportunities. So people, or rather let me say collectors, know these things and they might want to they might put this into consideration, and that might affect you in the long run. So first of all, one of the ways, or before we start, if you're new to this channel, what we do here is basically talk about art and occasionally drop pointers like this to help artists like myself grow in their career. Kindly subscribe and also like this video, and let's get into it. So one of the ways that I know that artists make money from art is through commissions, especially if you're a pencil artist or you paint realistically. Commissions are one of the ways that artists make money while waiting for the right opportunity to present itself. But before you can get commissioned to do a portrait for somebody, make sure that your works are presentable, your works are good. A lot of artists are looking for commissions. I remember when I started, I wasn't taking commissions because I felt like my works weren't good enough. Of course, I was beginning to get resemblance. It was beginning to look realistic to a point or to an extent, but I still felt like it wasn't good enough to be shown or to be hung on somebody's wall. So I wasn't taking commissions. Not because I didn't need the money, of course I needed the money, but I wanted a situation where if I'm giving out something, it should be worth it. I didn't take commission because of that. That's my own reason for not taking commissions. I've seen a lot of artists that are not really doing well. Okay, there are some artists that I know that I have trained personally. For me, I felt like they took commissions too early. And what that does is it makes you relax and not push further, because there's what being paid for your craft does to you. It makes you feel validated, and that might stunt your growth. You might feel that you're already there, and might make you relax and not push further to get better. This is why I would say make sure that your works are looking good compared to what other people are doing, people who are really doing well. What I did then to help me was to compare my works with other artists that were really doing well, like Arinze, Kelvin Okafor, Peter Ojingiri, and quite a number of people who I knew were actually into this before me and were really doing well. So I compared my works with their work, and I was beginning to create good works like them. So that's when I felt it was right for me to take commissions. And I still remember that, okay, I remember I took one commission, but what I did was to give it to somebody else that I knew could do better than myself, and then I split the money with the person. So that's one way to take commissions if you know that your work is not really strong enough to be hung on somebody's wall. You also need to know that, especially when it comes to hyperrealism or realism, it is very competitive. So if somebody is looking to commission you, probably there's a chance that they might look for other artists who are doing similar stuff, and you think if they discover another artist that is doing better than yourself, you think they'll give that to you. Of course they'll give it to that person. So it's very competitive. So this is why I'm saying that you need to get your work to a level before you look for commissions or before you begin to accept commissions. I think the first thing you even need to build is a strong online presence. Instagram is a great tool for that. For me, I won't really say it's quite easy to build an Instagram following, but to an extent I would say it is, because I've grown 2 Instagram accounts with quite a number of followings. I know what I did for the first account and I repeated the same thing in the second account and it worked. So you need to learn to build. Maybe in my next video I'll be talking about how to build an Instagram account for an artist. Maybe it'll help. If you think it's going to help, please let me know in the comment section. So building a strong online presence actually helps. It increases your chances of being seen by potential clients who would commission you to do a portrait or whatever they want you to draw for them, or whatever they want you to paint for them. Building a strong online presence is actually very important, because imagine you having 500 followers and somebody who has over 5,000 followers. If your work is good and his work is good as well, if you decide to share your work on social media or on Instagram, because that's where a lot of artists showcase their work. So if you do that, there's a chance that that person with a larger following will get commissioned before you, because his work is going to get seen by more people. So the more people get to see your work, the better it is for you. Another way that I know that artists make money from their work is through prints. Printmaking is one way to get paid for a particular job that probably hasn't sold yet. So if you know that you have a particular painting that you really like and you feel that that painting or that artwork is going to do well, you could actually make a print of that painting and put it online, maybe like a limited edition print, put it online. How you even get to know that people would want to buy your work is, for me, I've been approached severally to ask if I have prints available, though I've never sold any prints yet. That's because my art were already doing well and I didn't know much about it then. But printmaking is one way to actually make money from your art, especially while you're waiting for opportunity to present itself. So sometimes when you show your work online, you get to see people talk about your work and say a lot of things, and then some people go on to ask you, do you have prints available? So that will give you an idea that when you create a print for this particular artwork, it's going to sell. So when you've discovered that work that you feel is going to sell, create a print for it. And that's one way to make money from your artwork as well. Another way to make money with your art is through content creation, like I'm doing. I'm already making money from the sales of my artwork, but it's not a bad idea to diversify and have multiple streams of income. So for me, I am doing this not really because I want to make money, because right now I am not getting anything from my videos yet, but I know that with time it's going to start making money for me. Content creation to an extent is more like a long-term investment, which for me, I'm ready to wait for when it start making money for me. So content creation is one way that artists make money from their art or from their skill. So creating content or turning your art into a form of content that will be marketable is one way to make money from your art. Like for me, I create paintings and sometimes I share my story, sometimes I talk about art, sometimes I create tutorial videos, sometimes I just upload my painting videos online. So it's one way that artists make money from their work. So while you're creating your painting, instead of just painting and not recording yourself, I mean, that's money wasting. You can just point your camera and just put it on one point and let it just focus on you. The camera looking at you while you're working or capturing you while you're working is not going to take your time. Of course, you might lose 1 or 2 minutes from your work time, but if it's something that is going to yield for you at the end of the day, I think for me it's a win-win. So turning your work into content is one way to make money from your art. So with this point of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you that while you're waiting for the right opportunity to present itself, you can actually make money from your art. I think I've asked 1 or 2 artists who have taken commissions. Okay, let's say you're an artist working in Nigeria. I know that because of the economic situation in Nigeria currently, it's quite difficult to get commissions, and even when you do, the money might not really be that much. So if you're able to build a strong online presence, it's going to help, because that way you'll be able to get international commissions, like people reaching out to you from another country, to that way you make more money. I know quite a number of artists who have asked, and they said to me that they take between $200 to $500 per commission, especially when it's a pencil drawing. I've not asked anybody about the painting yet, but for me, I think when I was still drawing, because I started out as a pencil artist when I was drawing, I think the highest I've taken is $700 for a drawing. The least I know I've taken is I think around 300 or 250 or so. That's quite a good sum that will keep you going before you get the opportunity that you're waiting for. I'm trying to keep this video as engaging as possible and not to make it long, so I'll be sharing more points in my next video, so stay tuned. Do like, subscribe, share with your friends. My name is 1's, and we'll see you in another video. Peace out. Oh, my back.